Hi, how's it going? Dusty Peterson.
Shane, nice to meet you.
Great. Hey, go ahead and have a seat. We're super excited to meet with you today, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's good. I'm glad you took the time to meet with me. That's awesome. So we're pretty excited to work with you guys. You guys are discount stores. I actually shop there myself a little bit, so it's kind of nice that you guys are possibly, we're figuring out a way to make sure you guys are in the mall. So that's good to know. So I guess we just want to just kind of hearing from you what we need to do to move forward to get this process, finalized.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you said your name was Shem, right?
Shane.
Shane.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Shane. So what we'd like to let you guys know is just kind of some brief history of what we are and what we do. I mean, we have 200 locations throughout the U.S. and a lot of these locations have been very successful. We use a very similar clause throughout all of them. It offers us the kind of consistency we need throughout a chain location. And I think that we found in a lot of these locations that the developers actually benefit a lot from the consistency that we provide, specifically with the wording of the clauses, just because if we're able to do what we do best, which is retail, then you're able to do what you guys do best and attract the kind of retail the kind of real estate tenants that you guys need.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what I'm understanding from what you're saying, tell me if I'm wrong. You guys, I've noticed you guys have a lot of stores, which is honestly awesome for you guys. That's amazing. You guys are able to have 200 stores everywhere. That's awesome. And then looking for tenants in malls. Of course, we do research just like you guys, find the right places, the right malls that work for you guys. You're not just in any mall out there. So what you guys are looking to do is to just come where we're at right now and just build a discount store and be able to provide not only another location for your customers to help build your brand and awareness and everything, but really to it'll also help us, which we're excited about that. So it looks like a discount is what we're getting down to. So that's good to know. Is that kind of where you're at? You're looking to come build a discount store and kind of take it from there. That's what you're going with, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's already been a lot of negotiations done so far in this deal. So, I mean, honestly, I feel like it's just about time to wrap up the loose ends. I know that a few days ago, I received an email from you guys. I think so. It was forwarded to me by somebody else in the company, but just said it was kind of counter clause to the Article 22. Wasn't really acceptable to us as far as what we do and the culture of our company. And so I guess that's why we're sitting across from each other today.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it clarifies a little bit where we're both at. So yeah, I had just looked at the clause as well yesterday. I'm not the one that sent it to your contact or whatnot, but I can understand how it goes from maybe your one possible where you guys are at and then kind of where we're at, and it's not really. It didn't seem too well of trying to negotiate and trying to make it positive for both of us. It kind of was like, oh, here's what you guys are, and where's Hawkins? We're just going to send you something else. So
absolutely.
So that's why I came in here today. I want to figure out how we can better rewrite the clause if that's what you're looking to do. That's what you're looking to do, right? That's kind of what you're solely based today is just straight go right into the clause with how it's written, or is there something else I'm missing? Or
I mean, definitely in an ideal scenario, we'd like to just move forward with the clause mostly intact, just because, as you can imagine, with 200 locations, trying to keep things consistent and trying to keep marketing regimes and products that are newer products coming out, trying to keep all that consistent can be kind of a big feat.
Oh, no,
so we need to have that consistency throughout.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense for us to have one location that's off board, as you can imagine, going back to the higher ups and saying, hey, we've got everybody, all the other 200 locations, but this one guy in Boston that needs kind of some special attention. It's not going to be great.
Yeah, so that makes sense. So yeah, as you said, you have 200 of the discount stores. So as far as this, so what I understand so far, let me know if I'm wrong again, is you have the 200 locations. You said they're all discount stores. And then you're looking, this is number 201. And you're looking to put a discount store, but I'm just a little confused because in the clause it was just saying sublease, we could possibly make it something else. You can make it an arcade for all you know. But as far as consistency, it's you guys are wanting to do a discount store. So I'm just a little confused on if you can explain like what the subleasing means to you guys. Like what does it mean? for you exactly of like how you might want to change in the future or how you keep it or depending on what store you put in and whatnot?
Sure. Shane, to be honest with you, we typically don't leave the locations as long as it's profitable. So as far as assigning goes and switching over to being a circus or whatever other kind of shindig you're thinking, that typically is not something that happens. It's just not really a realistic scenario.
Yeah.
But as far as subletting goes, we found that it's been pretty profitable to have other companies within the store, just smaller shops, either whether that's jewelers or makeup or small housewares, take up smaller locations in the mall or of the discount store, and they bring in quite a bit of foot traffic. And so occasionally we'll do that just in a region, or occasionally that'll be throughout all of the discount stores. But we like to have that option of subletting and having those people underneath of us and using our store and bringing people into the store and walking by the products.
Okay, I think, yeah, that definitely clears everything up. So for me, I'm not sure if they understood this. I don't know if they took the time to really figure out where you guys are coming from. So it seems like you guys are building a discount store, and then the subletting and that kind of thing is within the store itself, not changing discount to possibly something else. Is that what you guys are thinking? Is that what I'm understanding?
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, we're discount, and we're still going to be discount.
Okay, so it's just a matter of which. Okay, so yeah, that sounds awesome because we're definitely. Like I said, I shop there. I'm on a board of community. In my community, there's a lot of people, and I talked about possibly having a discount at the mall that are really excited that you guys could possibly come to our town. So that sounds really good. So we're really definitely interested. So yeah, that makes sense to me. So you guys, like I said, depending on what stores are inside discount, you're still discount overall. That's your brand. That's everything that's going on in there. So yeah, so what else do we need to do to look forward? Are you guys just looking for me or some like company to just sign exactly what you guys are saying, the lease, or how do we proceed a little bit further?
Right. I'm glad that you're opening it up kind of here for some leeway, because there was something that was brought to my attention when I was being briefed on the situation that I needed to address with you. I guess they had previously negotiated a 25-year lease, which is something that we don't really ever do. We stick with more of a 5-year, and we've noticed that 5-year lease period has offered just the right amount of time for us to figure out if this is really going to be a profitable location, if we can really make a go of it. And after those 5 years is over, then we consider a longer lease period. But to begin with, the 25-year lease is completely kind of out of the question. Our standard lease is more about 5 years.
Okay, so you had already, as far as I understand, I could be wrong, you guys had already talked about and determined that there'd be a 25-year lease, and now you guys are saying that you want to cut that back down to 5, or is that what's going on, or you guys had never said exactly how far you were going to go as far as the lease is concerned?
Right, I'm not sure which employees in either company were the ones who orchestrated that exact part of the negotiation, but yeah, we need to renegotiate that. I don't know how the 25 slipped in there, but it's just really something that our company doesn't stand for. It's kind of against our culture, just because we're kind of right on the edge. We're modern and we're flexible, and we like to have that flexibility. And having a 25-year lease, I mean, normally we live in a society where marriages don't even last more than 5 years typically. So to be tied down for 25 years is kind of a little bit extreme for us.
Okay, so as far as I understand, where you're at right now, it's trying to finalize your exact wording on the lease that you guys had for being able to sublet and do whatever you want for the stores inside. You also want to come with a 5-year lease. So you just want to come in, have those two things. If you meet those two things, you'll sign, or you'll be able to work with us. If not, you guys are kind of not really there. Like what can we work on in terms of that? Or those two things, like exactly just what you need and that's it for you? Is there anything else you guys are looking for? Any other interests you guys have? Or
I mean, those are definitely, I feel like a lot of our interests have already been met as far as previous negotiations go. And I mean, as far as I was led to believe, a lot of the impasse is really coming from your guys' side, and I'm not sure why that is. Obviously, the clauses that we've used before, we've used in the past, and they've worked really well for us. So, I mean, we don't have that many issues with them. I guess it's more the concerns that you guys are facing outside of the 5-year lease period. That's kind of the only thing that we would like to change from what's been happening so far.
Yeah, so I understand that. So as far as I'm concerned, walking in here, it's been obviously a good relationship we've had. As far as the company, it looks like, if we've gotten to this point, there's no reason we can't, finalize it and make sure it's beneficial for both of us. So yeah, when I had originally come in, I was just under the impression, the understanding that your discount store would possibly, when I was reading the wording, sublease, and it could be something else that's not another thing that you guys have that's not discount. But as long as you have your discount store, which is awesome for both of us, it doesn't matter to us, if you have a jewelry in there, some other branded jewelry or whatever house thing you're looking at. So I was ready to go ahead and proceed because you guys had said the 25-year deal, and I was going to come in and try to understand the lease a little bit more because I think the other people that we had talked to didn't really understand it. So yeah, if we had come to that with the 25-year deal you guys had talked about, then that was awesome and ready to go. But now you're wanting to retract it about 20 years. So I'm just trying to figure out, because that's kind of like we negotiated for months about having a 25-year deal, and then at the last second it's like, no, we want to switch back to 5. So it's kind of like I'm not really sure where to go from there. So what, like I said, is it 5 years is all you guys do, or is there any way you can extend it? As you know, Boston, I know you short-term stores, but Boston's a good area. There's a lot of returning customers and things like that. So what are you guys thinking in terms of that? Were you told that it's just 5 years or nothing now, or where did the 25 kind of disappear, I guess?
Honestly, our standard lease is 5 years. So in kind of from my point of view, it's kind of shocking I don't know how the 25 years slipped in. I don't know if it was just something somebody didn't really look at and I just signed off on it. Just to kind of put you looking through my perspective, I mean, as you can imagine, it's not really financially a great idea for us to come in today and then shut off the lights and leave tomorrow. We'd be losing a ton of money on that.
Right.
So if we're here, we want to be here as long as we can. The issue arises if, say, for some reason, I mean, it's just not a good location for us. The customer base here just for some reason doesn't really like the mojo of discount, and so they decide that it's not going to be a great place to shop. And after a few years of trying to tailor to this location, it just ends up being a bad place. We don't want to be in a situation where we're stuck. And honestly, it won't be profitable for you guys either if we're not having foot traffic coming through our company and through the mall. Then it's also going to hurt you guys. So then you'll also be stuck. I mean, that 5 year just kind of allows us to see where we're at and then move forward from there.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So as far as we're concerned, so if I'm understanding you correctly, kind of the hesitancy and the impasse that you guys are at right now is retracting the 25, coming down to 5 because it makes sense for you guys and that thing, and then making sure that you can, put different, like you said, jewelry, makeup, whatever you guys want, Sephora, Mac, whatever you guys want inside the discount store itself. So I understand exactly where you're coming from now. That helps me better understand. We can try and get to a mutual agreement. So let's see. Is it possible any way that we're really looking to find a good anchor for our mall, to find a good store that's going to help not only you guys, but also help with, the other stores we have in the mall. I'm not sure if we're giving you guys about 1/4 of the mall, which is a gigantic, part of the mall, about 25% of the square footage and whatnot, which we're excited about doing, like I said, because we really like what you guys have done with your discount stores. So I guess my only thing would be, how do we find a way to keep the contract, or maybe not as long as it was, but to keep it longer, and we can figure out a way to, if we get to bridges in the future of not having enough customers, or you guys feel like this location's not doing quite as well, let's try somewhere else, because that's got to cost a lot if you guys just keep switching and trying your patience. So how do we figure out how to possibly still come to a good deal now. And then, of course, we want to maintain a good relationship. So as we're just kind of like working together, trying to overcome them and stuff like that. So what are you guys thinking in terms of that? Because we both know it takes a while to put in the store and everything like that. So what are you guys thinking in terms of that?
I'm sensing quite a bit of hesitancy from you on this, and maybe I just wasn't expecting there to be such an issue just reducing the length of the lease. Honestly, a lot of leases that we've done, as I mentioned in the past, for 5 years. So is there some kind of underlying concern you have that's producing this hesitancy? Or
yeah, well, like we want to build your brand, we also want to have a good location for ours, and it doesn't look good for all of our customers if I don't really want to get on our side of our, because we're trying to focus on you guys. But if you guys come in and you do well, but you don't do as well as you like to, and you want to move out, then you move out. We have to keep bringing in new stores, and we have to change our storefronts, and whatever you guys do, we have to readjust and pay money to fix everything. And we understand that that's a cost that we can take into consideration and that we can understand, but and we're willing to do that if we can find the right partners. That's why we're just trying to find. I understand that 25 years might be too long, but it's something more towards the middle, like 15 or 18 years, something more in your grasp as far as that goes. Because it looks like we've already. We're coming from. It looks like we've already understood the clause, and we understand. Now that I understand your view of the subleasing and subletting is that you're going to keep the store like we talked about. You're just going to change the stores inside. So I guess the last final thing is just wondering if we can have a little bit longer term deal, because we like to keep relationships and build it in the future, or is 5 years and that's kind of where you guys are at and that's it, or how does it work for you guys as far as that? Because I don't really know about your other negotiations with other malls, because we don't really work with them, so we're just trying to figure out from you guys with us.
Sure. 15 years to 18 years is going to be kind of a hard sell, just at headquarters, just because, like I said, typically what we do is more of a 5 year, and that's the standard. I can see us maybe being able to do like an 8 or 9 year. Even that would be a hard sell, but I can foresee us being able to do that if that's going to make you guys feel more comfortable. Again, it's going to be a hard sell.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, understanding that. With the hard sell, I'm just still confused on how it went from 25 being okay to down to 8 is a hard sell. If we're able to do a 10-year deal, because it looks like you guys are, it seems like your main focus is just how long the contract is right now. So if we're able to do that 10-year deal, because I want to be able to work it out with you guys, and then like I said, we don't normally allow. We want the stores inside themselves to be able to do what they want. It's their store, it's your space, you can do what you want. Like you said, so in terms of that, that's good. So if you guys are able to, if we can, if you and I can come to a 10-year, if we can build that good relationship for a long time, then we'd be happy to work with you guys. Because like I said, we really want to maintain the relationship. This past couple months, we want to keep moving forward over the years, So that's what we're,
Okay, time.
Oh, we cut it right at. Is it not?